Radio broadcasts in Australia began in 1923. By the end of the 1930s, 2 out of 3 households had their very own radio set. It was the golden age of radios. Families would gather around their radios every day to hear the news and be entertained with music, drama and comedy. Now, you may not remember this tune. It's actually a theme tune for a children's programme called The Argonauts Club, first broadcast in 1933. But you may remember this old tune. All these early 1930s radios were, of course, made of wood. And some of the styling, look at that, so evocative of that Art Deco period. Some were actually made as pieces of furniture. Look at this stunning one, the Aristocrat. We've got wonderful wolfhounds here. And if you look at the handles, you've got a hint of the future to come, Bakelite. Many people regarded Bakelite as a cheap substitute for traditional materials like wood. 90% of Australian Bakelite cabinets were brown, a simulated walnut or mahogany. You know, it's not hard to imagine a family in their living room listening to a lovely old radio like this. It's actually Bakelite, but it's simulated burr walnut. In 1939, they might have been listening to this.
That in consequence of a persistence by Germany in her invasion of Poland...
In Australia, the war caused radio manufacture to be halted. Today, many collectors distinguish radios as pre-war or post-war. With new materials, the Americans in particular went all out for colour, and nowadays they're extremely sought after. Now, these lovely little radios are called Astors, and they're made in 1949, and they're called Widow's Peak because of this shape at the front of them. Now, a brown one like this is worth $700 or $800, but this blue one is incredibly rare and would set you back many thousands of dollars. Hey, do you recognise that theme tune? If you don't, go and ask your mum, because it's Blue Hills, the longest running radio show in the history of Australia, 27 years. Here's another famous Art Deco radio to look out for. It's the AWA Empire State. And doesn't it look like an Art Deco building? In brown, it's worth about $1,000. Find it in green, and it's worth $17,000. And you'd be even happier if you found an Airzone Symphony Leader like this. Because of its unique colour, it's worth $26,000. Most collectors would admit they don't know much about the workings of these old radios, because after all, it's all about the beautiful cabinets and that magical moment when you turn your radio on, the room fills up with static, and on comes your favourite show.